afternoon from Copenhagen. We are live and direct. It's Wednesday, it's the last day of Fashion Week for Spring 21. And I am backstage at a great show from mfpen. And I have the designer and founder here, Sigurd Bank, with me. Congratulations to your spring collection.
Thank you.
This is a special Fashion Week, for sure. And you have done a couple of runway shows, like proper catwalk. How was it to prepare this presentation? Because it's totally different.
Yeah, quite fun, because you kind of get a empty canvas and then you can do whatever you want. Like the runway platform is a bit conservative, and now we have more, like, less rules that you can work within. And then everything just, came along. Like 2 weeks ago we did this movie, and it was just, how do we do it? And then we just did something. And then we got some glass from our Klarmester, I don't know what it's called now. Yeah. And then everything just kind of came together, and that's, it's quite funny how to work outside these normal boundaries.
And because I have seen some digital shows now, both here in Copenhagen and some from Paris and London as well, earlier this summer. For me, as a fashion director, I prefer when video is very, what do you say, straightforward, almost like a catch, or a lookbook, or some kind of catwalk. And in your presentation, it's really easy to see the silhouette, the shape of everything. Was it important for you to make it very, not too arty?
I think all the shows we have made so far has been very honest. Like, we're not using any, say, tricks. The music is always kind of just a thing that's there, so it's not empty. And then the rest is just, people with clothing. And it's all about the idea of it's clothing. It's not a show.
No.
It's you're showing clothing, but you're not doing a show. So for this one, we just put a camera in the room, and then we had 2 models, 2 friends of mine who had the clothing rail, and then they just picked whatever they want, and we did it in one take. So they walked to the camera and then changed outfits as we went along. And it's kind of I'm not questioning fashion shows. I'm questioning how little you can do. Yeah. So you strip all the layers off, so you end up with how to dress and clothing. Yeah. It's just garments. That's what it is. It's not all the surrounding bullshit. It's just because that's what I do. I do clothing.
Have you made the collection smaller this season? Have you tightened it together, or is it?
No, it's kind of slightly bigger and slightly smaller. It's some areas got bigger because we use 90% of the collection is that stuff. Yeah. And some shirts we can do 2 of, and some of them we can do 50. So we can do 80. Same with trousers and coats. And that means that we have to make a bigger collection, because the quantities of the shirts or the styles are smaller. So we do the collections bigger, but we're still always very narrow in what we do, because we don't do pieces that are just in the collection to make it a collection. Every garment is something that you want to, or like, I don't know if you want to wear it, but like it's meant to be worn. It's not a showpiece. It's not an eye catcher or anything. It's just garments.
But the shape is it? Would you say it's similar? It's a spring season, but it's a lot of coats. For a spring season.
But it's a lot of coats. Yeah. For me, the silhouette of clothing combined with the fabric is the 2 most important features. We don't do print. We don't do details as pockets everywhere and stuff like this. So yeah, and the coat just makes the silhouette great. Yeah. So we always do coats, and luckily we sell them. Yeah. So it's a good
But is it more difficult to sell them during spring and summer season?
No,
No?
of course, winter we sell more coats, but I think a cotton coat, long cotton coat is very versatile. Yeah, so.
And can you tell me, because I'm very interested in the coats, they look so good here. There are different lengths of them. Some were short, like a car coat, and some were really.
Yes. Yeah, we have the long coat, which is for me, the perfect coat.
Yeah.
And then we have we call it the carless coat. Because it has a car coat length, but I don't have a car. My assistant doesn't have a car, so it's we're on bikes, so it's a carless coat. But yeah, it's you have two different lengths, two families, and the car coat has a more like a A shape, which gives a different silhouette. But as long as it's oversized, then I'm happy.
Yeah. And the long coat, what kind of butter fabric? Is it like water resistant or? Excuse me? Is it
No. Like so as when we use deadstock fabrics, it's defined what we can source is what we can use, and we don't treat the fabric, we don't dye it, we don't use anything. Next season I have a water repellent coat, but that's because I found the fabric, a cotton silk actually. But yeah, so it's just a plain cotton fabric, very nice cotton silk from Italy.
Yeah, it looks great. Are there some more pieces that you would like to mention in this short show here that you're?
We use some lace, some Italian lace, which is good for styling.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like it's all meant to be worn. So I think all the pieces is very dull in some way, but that's why it's nice to show them on models, because then you see the silhouette, you see how it moves. So it's not about the single piece; it's more about as I said, like a silhouette.
How do you think this pandemic and COVID-19 will affect the next season in January? It's impossible to say, but do you think we are back like a regular catwalk?
I hope not. It's amazing to see buyers not fly around the world and sit in front of the computers and stuff. Not because I like to meet people, I like to travel too, but I think the idea of when you can do it from a computer and not waste, flights and all that stuff. I kind of like that idea, and it makes us more creative, and I think it makes a platform now to disrupt the fashion industry. I don't know if it will happen or anything. Of course, I'm a small fish, but hopefully there's a shake.
So, exciting times. Okay, I think we are done. Are you satisfied, Copenhagen Fashion Week? That was great. A great show, and I think you should check this brand because it's great. It's Scandinavian design when it's at the best. Thank you very much.